We're going to uncover all the little tips and tools that you need to figure out how to find out what you really want to do in life, because a lot of us, including myself, for so long I had all this bottled up inside of me because I didn't know how to find that, and we're gonna smash all that here today. What is up, my underdog fam? My name is Zachary Babcock. Welcome back to another video, and if this is your first time here and you want the best tips on how to dominate as an underdog, make sure you hit the subscribe button, tap the bell notifications, that way you don't miss anything. And we are getting started right now.
Yeah, we some go-getters.
We're getting started right now.
We some go-getters.
So I became friends on Facebook with this guy named Vlad. I'm not going to give out his last name, but his name was Vlad. Vlad for short. And I met him in a Facebook group, and he reached out to me quite a few times, and then we just recently got on a phone call. And his situation is that his parents are really pushing college on him, yet he doesn't want to go to college. That's not his passion. That's not what he wants to do himself. He says he doesn't feel right. His passion is more of he wants to be an entrepreneur. He has this infatuation with hemp teas, that he wants to open up this hemp tea business, and he also wants like a subscription-based type business. And we had an incredible conversation, but you know, we talked about how his parents, you know, they're like kind of bearing down on him, and like they won't accept him as a son anymore for quite a period of time. I don't know if it's going to be that harsh, but it's pretty bad. Like, they really want him to go to college, and they think that if he doesn't, he's going to be throwing his life away. And he really doesn't want to go to college, but at the same time, he doesn't want to upset his family members. So we had this conversation, and you know, I began to ask him questions like, you know, if there was no chance of failure, you know, what would you, if there was like absolutely no chance that you could humanly possibly fail, what would you be doing right now? And he said, I'd open up my hemp tea business. I'm like, that's a start. And I began to even dig deeper and ask him more questions, some that were kind of like, you know, a little bit below the surface level. I was like, how would you feel, you know, if you didn't go and try to do this business venture of yours? Or how would you feel if you did go and do this business venture and it was successful? How would you feel if you went to college to please your parents and never pursued that hemp tea business? And I got him thinking. And I don't know, you know, what his decision is going to be. You know, obviously the guy's torn between the two of, you know, because he doesn't want to lose the love and respect of his family, but he also has something within him that he wants to pursue that's dying to come out. So it's really complicated, but really when it comes down to it, you got to ask yourselves those questions, like those pain and pleasure inducing questions, like how will I feel if I don't do this? How will I feel if I do? If I do something based on what other people want me to do, whether that's my family, friends, coworkers, whatever, and I suppress what's inside of me that I know that I truly want to do, how am I going to feel if I just do that to please them? You got to really think about and weigh all these things into play here, and really when it ultimately comes down to is, what's going to make you happy? You know, you can't live your life making others happy. Yeah, you can do things, you know, out of the goodness of your heart to contribute to society and whatnot, but you have to take care of yourself first and foremost. And if you're not happy, you can't make other people happy. It's flat out. So yeah, in those cases, you definitely want to ask yourself those pain and pleasure inducing questions, kind of like, what will my life be like in 5 years from now? All that good stuff. And you also want to ask yourself, you know, that if there was no chance of failure, what would I be doing right now? Those are great to figure out what it is that you want to be doing exactly right now. But like for a person in like Vlad's case, for example, you know, that's kind of torn in between of, they kind of know what they want to do, but they got external forces pulling them the other way. Like in that case, like we're going to use Vlad's case for specifically here. Why not go out and pursue the hemp tea business versus the college? At a young age, when he's in his early 20s, why not go get the real life experience? You can always come back to college. College might be the right move for him. Who knows? But also the hemp tea business could be the right business for him as well. what I'm trying to get at is that the real life experience of the practicality of building that business, whether it falls flat on its face or it's super successful, he's going to be able to learn legit stuff that's going to be able to translate into the marketplace. He's going to learn business, he's going to learn real life things, versus going to college for something that may not even be his true passion and interest in life, that he may never use for the rest of his life. Go get the real experience, see what happens. You can always come back to college later on. That would be my advice personally. Follow what it is inside of you that you know that's calling. Now, I'm not saying throw all caution to the wind, but throw some caution to the wind. Take some risks, take some calculated risk, and go after what's really going to make you happy, because at the end of the day, happiness is really all that matters. You can't spend all your time pleasing all these other people. You can, but you got to take care of yourself first, like I mentioned before. Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. Real quick, I wanted to share something kind of personal with you here. I recently launched my podcast, so all of you podcast listeners, if you want to check it out, it's incredible. We just launched it within a week. It's a top 200 rated podcast in the world on iTunes for self-help. I'm freaking stoked about that. So all you podcasters, people that love to consume podcasts, episodes, definitely check that out. I'm going to link it up in the description. The name of the show is Underdog Empowerment. It's on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play right now. We're working on getting it into Spotify and SoundCloud, I believe, as well. So we're working on all that, but it's pretty exciting. We got some pretty big, dude, it's crazy because now it's opened up so many doors where I'm interviewing people influencers that I've always kind of learned so much from and looked up to. So it's pretty cool, man. We're empowering the underdogs there. I couldn't be more happy to serve that audience, because that's who I am, and that's what means the most to me, being able to help people that are faced with all the odds, that don't have all the resources in place, but they're hungrier, scrappier, and battle tested more than the rest of the playing field, and they're ready to put in the work. That's what it's all about. Thank you guys for tuning in so much, and I will see you on the next episode. Yeah, talk soon.
Yeah, we some go-getters.
We're getting started right now. Right now.